Florida Republican Senator Marco Rubio is at Capitol Hill. Senator, good morning.
Good morning.
Could you add to what the feeling that you had about this ad and whether it is behind you now?
Well, very simple. I mean, I was just asked to comment on an ad that I heard on the air. I didn't think the ad was accurate. I didn't think the ad had a place in our campaign down there in Florida. You know, I think it's important to point out to people that Florida is not like some of these other states. Florida is a swing state. Whoever wins this nomination, whether it's Rick Santorum or Ron Paul or Mitt Romney or Newt Gingrich, is going to have to come back to Florida in the fall and win again. And what I want to make sure is that we don't have candidates out there saying things that we're going to have to come back later on and defend or clean up in the fall when we have to campaign in Florida. So I wouldn't characterize it as scolding. I was asked my opinion about an ad. I made my opinion. I think the Speaker Gingrich made the right decision. I've known Speaker Gingrich a long time. I'm an admirer of his. I think he made the right choice, and I think he has a very positive message to offer, not just Hispanics, by the way, but all Americans and all Floridians, and I encourage him to continue to do that, and I'm glad to see that he is.
Hispanic voters are leaning towards which candidate, Romney or Gingrich?
I don't know the answer to that. I'm not a pollster. I don't even follow the polls. You guys probably know better than I do. But let me just say this about Americans of Hispanic descent. Okay, obviously immigration is a very important issue. But people should understand that for the vast majority of days of the year, you don't wake up in the morning and immediately start thinking about that. What's on people's minds is what's on your mind and my mind and everybody else's mind. And that is, how am I going to provide for my family? How am I going to give my kids the chance to do all the things that I myself could not do? That's the #1 issue. And what I encourage our candidates to do is to speak to that, and particularly as they are doing, I think, embrace the American free enterprise system, which has made us a nation where those dreams have been accomplished more than anywhere else in the world in the history of the world. And I think that's where we win. I think that's where we're different than President Obama and his party.
You are also a very successful politician from the state of Florida with a career there. You know Floridians. You're also rumored to be a potential vice presidential candidate. So tell me where you think this race is today. You know Floridians.
Close. Yeah, it's close. And that's why I wanted Florida, and that's why we all wanted Florida to move up in the presidential primary cycle. What you are watching now is all the major issues that our country's facing are being confronted in Florida, and are being confronted in a major way. Obviously, you talk about the issues of immigration that are important to many Americans of Hispanic descent, and then the issues of the economy, the housing crisis. Yesterday, they had to give foreign policy speeches on Latin America. We've heard talk about Israel. I mean, all of these issues are pertinent in Florida. Right. Isn't that what our candidates should be talking about?
You have spoken to the vice presidential issue before. Is there anything new to say? You simply will wait and see if, in fact, you're offered it. It's almost impossible to have a conversation with you without asking that question to see if anything else has changed.
Well, listen, it's very flattering. And it is flattering. And the bottom line is what I'm focused on: 2 things. #1 is my job here in the U.S. Senate. Right. Less people forgot there's some major issues going on up here. And secondly, I'll do whatever I want to help the nominee. I look forward to campaigning around the country. I don't think it's going to be as the vice presidential nominee, though.
Erica Hill is with me.
A quick question for you. You said the most important issue to voters in your home state is how they'll provide for their family. Which of the candidates has the best message and the best plan to help people in Florida and around the country do that?
Yeah, nice try. I'm not endorsing it. But
it's good, isn't she, Senator?
Yeah, let me tell you something. I think all of the candidates, and what I'm really impressed by is if you go back to last summer when they started this process and where they are today, you have really seen them grow, which is why these campaigns are such a good experience. And so I think they're offering good plans, and I hope they'll focus on that. Look, I get it. In campaigns, people are going to try to draw distinctions. I think there should be boundaries, and ultimately, I think they're all offering some real concrete ideas. Here's the bottom line: none of them are the current president, who I know for a fact is taking this country in a very bad direction.
You have also called him, Senator, divisive. What is it about this president that you think is divisive?
Did you see the State of the Union speech where he's basically...
Indeed, and I saw him honoring the military of America and a lot of other things, saying we should be coming together. That doesn't seem to be divisive.
Yeah, well, that part everyone agrees with. But what about the part that basically implies, and not just at the State of the Union, but consistently in his career, that the only way that some people in America can be better off is for other people to be worse off?
Thank you.
And that's not true to our heritage.
We've got up against the clock. I hope you'll understand, and I hope you'll come back. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.